But anyways, Saquon Barkley, we can probably skip over him. He's not going to lose his role. He might end up on a new team. That'll be whatever.
Yeah, I still think there's like some name value to Barkley where like I think I would still not be overly interested. Like he's not like he's not going to have like that difference making of a season this year. I don't think like he's just not really the same level of receiver that he's been when he was really young with Eli Manning. The offense is not very good. You know, he'll have weeks like he had this week where there's a pop, and he'll have weeks like he had the week before where it's like you look at it and it's like, oh my God, he had 28 touches and he had 12 fantasy points. Like, I would still like I think next season when he's no longer on the Giants and he's a free agent, like, look, there's ways for him to win out in a big way and land on like an awesome team and wind up scoring a ton of points. He's also just going to be facing washed risk like every year from the rest of his career. He's going to be facing massive injury and value can never recover risk for the rest of his career. So like I would just personally be fading the chance that he like lands on the Chiefs and scores 22 points per game. And I would take the other bulk of the chance where he's either going to have like, you know, one more 17 points per game season and then die, or like die even faster than that. And I would be getting out for as long as I think his value is like a base first plus. Because I don't think that's going to last for much longer.
Yeah, he's what he is now. Like he's not the Saquon Barkley of old. So I concur. I don't think that he's like.
I get it if you're holding McCaffrey, right?
He's starter, right? Like that's what we're talking about, like superstar
for
starter.
Sure.
Stuff in the locker,
right? But for how much? But he's already down to starter, and he's old as hell. So like, it's hard. Yeah, it's tough.
He's 26.
And it's not like that's old for running backs. Like, and he's an old 26, man. Like he's had a lot of injuries. He's had a lot of touches.
Yeah, he's 2 years older than Travis Etienne. Old.
True.
Super old. All right. Jahmyr Gibbs.
I just think like you look at him at RB7, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, you just mentioned Gibbs. HN.
I'd have Gibbs over Barkley at this point.
HN, we're going to talk about. Like, I would rather have Gibbs and HN over Barkley by an absolute mile. And then there's a lot of other guys where it's like if you want to argue Barkley over the rest of these olds, I don't really have a problem with it either way. But he's the one that kind of has more value than the rest of these guys, who I think are all largely the same.
Yeah, I think there's like a teardrop here. Like we get through like Kenneth Walker, Jahmyr Gibbs, and then maybe Devin Achane, and then we have like a teardrop, and then it's like, yeah, I guess Saquon Barkley's the next.
Then we
guy.
have all these. Then we have all these vets, and
and there's like I don't know. There's some other guys we can talk about, but